Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. If you find this channel helpful, you could like, subscribe, comment down below. It would help us to help more people just like you. You could even share it, then the channel might grow. Alright, that's out of the way. We have a YouTube user, Charlene S., who asked us a question. I recently subscribed to this channel and find it very helpful. Charlene, you know what I like to hear. I am in New York State and currently out on the Family Medical Leave Act leave. I am a full-time administrative assistant, but I have noticed recently, possibly due to budget cuts, that several full-time administrative assistant positions are being cut to part-time. Not so much FMLA related, but what are your legal rights when you have a full-time job that is cut to part-time? Sirens. More sirens. Okay. So, Charlene, it comes down to this. If you're an at-will employee, you might have no legal rights. Your employer might be free to just cut your hours down to part-time, and you can accept that or not accept that. If you don't accept a cut from full-time to part-time, you might qualify for constructive termination and so unemployment benefits. Or at least underemployment benefits, depending on the jurisdiction you're in and all these things, right? Now, there's going to be some complicating factors, though. It's going to depend on why your hours are being cut. If your hours are being cut because of discrimination, or if your hours are being cut because of sexual harassment, or your hours are being cut because you complained of unpaid wages, workplace discrimination, sexual harassment, unsafe working conditions, some kind of retaliation, right? If all of these could give rise to a claim because your hours are cut. And when your hours are cut, that can be viewed as a negative workplace consequence. So the motivation determines whether that negative workplace consequence gives rise to a claim. Very, very important, right? Also, it's worth noting that, if you're an at-will employee, sure, your hours can be cut for innocent reasons. But if you're under contract, maybe not. Depends what the contract says about it. Or if you're in a union or a civil servant or a teacher, you might have terms in your collective bargaining agreement or your civil service contract that make it so that your hours can't just be cut willy-nilly, right? So there's a lot going on there. So I can give you the general answer, like 80% of the employees in the United States probably, and check with local counsel wherever you are, but generally speaking, probably can have their hours cut. But there's a lot more, because as we've discussed, to that calculation, like, do you have additional protections at play? Why are your hours being cut, right? That's the complicating factor. It's not usually in play, but it can be, and you need to look at that. I don't know the direct answer for you, I can't say, but I do actually know the direct answer for you. Your hours will probably not be cut when you go back from family medical leave time, because they'll be afraid to. Because if they do cut your hours, you might say, hey, I think you guys are cutting my hours because of the Family Medical Leave Act time I used. And they would say, no, we wouldn't do that. And you'd say, but you cut my hours right after I came back. So I'm going to call Vince, and he might sue you because it looks like maybe you did it because of my FMLA. And they're going to say, well, no, we did it to these other people first. And then your response is probably going to be, but you didn't do it to everyone. You did it to a couple people, and then you did it to me. And I feel like you opted me into this group because I took Family Medical Leave time. And that'd be a federal lawsuit. And I don't want to sue you, but I also don't have my hours cut. And a smart employer might say, you know what, Charlene, you're right. We feel bad about this, and we just think we made a mistake. And you know what? You are fantastic, and we'd like to make you full-time again. There's a good chance that could happen. Anyways, Charlene, I hope this is helpful. I'm cheering for you. I hope that your leave lasts as long as you need to last. I hope you got what you needed out of it, and that your return will be to a full-time job if you want that. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Take care.